Hello everyone. It's Angie. How's everyone doing today? I am coming on to do day 25 of my 31 days of Christmas journal makes. And let me pull my sweater off here and go from hot to cold here. It was hot. Okay, here we go. Today I thought we would just make a couple little notebooks, folio, folder things. I like to make a lot of these and have them on hand just to put into large pockets, tuck spots, just to fill little areas in your journal. They're really easy to make, they're really fun to make, and they use up a lot of scraps. So I have this piece of just craft cardstock, and it's kind of a little tattered here, and I used it when I was doing some die cuts. If you can kind of see the imprint, sometimes you have to put a little extra piece of paper in there to get a clean cut on your die cuts. So I always have a little piece of scrap paper, but I don't like it to go to waste. So I thought we would use this and just do some basic collaging using some scraps and see what we can come up with and make some pretty pieces for our journals, okay? These are not necessarily all Christmas scraps. They're not necessarily all regular scraps. It's just a mixture of everything. So I'm just going to kind of spread them out. I've got colored, I've got blank, I've just got a little bit of everything. I've just kind of gathered all my pieces that I could find around, and we're just going to collage both sides. We'll do one side decorative, and then the inside kind of like a neutral blank, probably just with coffee dyed paper. Okay, so let's see what we can come up with. Now usually what I do is I cut these in half this way, and then I fold them, make little notebook, little folders out of them. So I always like to start in the middle with a large piece, so then that's where the fold goes, so you don't get little bumps and little edges of the paper coming up, if you know what I mean. So let's see if we can find us a large piece like that, maybe that. Okay, let's see. Let's start with this one. And that was just a printable. As you can see, there's a little white line around the edge. So I'm just going to use the edge of my desk, and I am going to trim that off. I find it quicker and easier to use my edge of my desk than I see a lot of you guys do with the ruler. It always seems to slip on me. So that seems to work a little bit better for myself. Okay, let's get going on this. So how is everyone today? Hope everyone's doing well, in good spirits. I am doing well. Good day here. Nice and sunny. And beautiful. A little chilly. High's only about 54, I think, today, but plenty of sunshine, so that makes a huge difference. Okay, so there we go on that piece. Go right here with that, and I'm just using glue stick. So a lot of these papers are very thin, like printer, so they are more than doable. Okay, and we're just going to start laying down, just doing some little light collaging. Some is Christmas paper. We're just going to get a good mixture of everything, okay? And we'll decorate it, see what we can come up with when we get done. And I'm just going to go right up close to the edge as I can. And if we need to clean up any edges, we'll do so at the end. I like this piece. So, happy Veterans Day to everyone. I would imagine everybody's still having to work today. think it's necessarily a day off for anyone, but I'm just trying to get a mixture. So this one I'm just gonna do a rough tear and just tear that in half, kind of wide. Maybe just run that along the edge here. You know how collaging goes. We're just gonna lay it down. Turn this way so you can see. Okay. We used a piece of that already. I'm just gonna try to mix up the pieces of what I'm working with. Nothing particular. And like I said, some of these are Christmas pieces, scraps, and some aren't. But I think in the end we'll end up with something pretty. Just getting our base down. I don't really care for that. Use a piece of this. And if you want to, you can ink up the edges or not. I'm not going to worry about that. There's enough color and patterns and stuff going on as it is. I don't think we needed that added. Need the extra, should I say. Okay, a little piece up here. Bring in a piece of this. And we'll ink around the edges once we get it cut. But other than that, I don't think we really need to. Oh, how about if we bring in a piece of this? Let's see what else we've got. Maybe this piece right about there. I'll tell you, sometimes I've taken on this challenge for myself that I'm not going to let my scraps build up too much. So after maybe a week at the most, I do something. I do something with my scraps, tags, collages like this, and get rid of those scraps, because I'm finding I'm getting, I don't know, I get stressed out for some reason. It never used to bother me before, but I find it just irks me. So I have to use them up, and which is a good thing. But also the hindrance on that is I go where I just need one little small piece of scrap, and I don't have any, you know. I don't have any. So I'm like, goodness, Angie, you know, let those scraps build up a little bit, but I don't know, it's a give and take. It's a pull and tug and pull and give, and I don't know. But I don't know, I'm going to go into 2022 with just a different mindset. I'm going to be taking on some new challenges. I'm going to be trying to do new things. I'm going to try not to let my scraps build up. I'm going to try to start using up more of my inventory and not just hoard them, that type of thing. You know, I know we all will hoard our beautiful pieces. We say, oh, that's too good to use. That's too good to use. That's too pretty to use on this project. I'll save it for another project. And then before you know it, we're not using anything, right? Okay, so that doesn't look too bad. So let's turn it over, and we're gonna do something with this side. And actually, with this type of color paper, we could just leave it plain if we wanted to. I don't like that too much. And I probably got that stuck going through my cutter there. Probably got smushed on the edge, but we'll trim that off, not a big deal. You know what? Let's just leave that blank. I'm not too bad. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Let's see how it looks. If we need to come back, we can, but I think I'm okay with that. So normally what I would do is I would just cut this in half and just fold those. But since we have to trim just a smidge off of that edge, let's do that first. Bring in my guillotine. And so we'll go down to 8 and just cut off like 1/8 of an inch. I think that's all we need to get rid of that. Okay, there we go. And then this paper is 8.5 by 11. Well, it's just a little short of 11, so that's 5.5. We'll just go a smidge short of 5.5, and we'll cut that in half. Let's see how I did. Pretty good. Okay. So then what I would do normally is I would just fold that right in half. Crease, and then we've got ourselves just a cute little folder. If you wanted to, you could put some pockets in there, but you know what, now that I look at it, I think I do get that crease here. I think I do want to do a little something to the inside, so let's see. We'll do it like that. I do want to do a little something. Let's see. What if we just do or do I want to just bring in some maybe just something like that, huh? Kind of liking that idea. What if we tear off a couple edges like this plaid, and we'll put one on one side and one on the other. For writing, and then bring something else in for the edges on the top and the bottom. I don't know. What do you think? Let's see. Where's that other piece here? Here we go. It's not quite long enough. I kind of like the idea of the cars. Maybe put a strip of cars along the bottom. Let's kind of get a visual here because it'll look like that. No, I'm not liking that. Okay, let me bring my cutter in. We're going to do one, and we're going to see how that looks. Because I kind of like these cars. But I don't want it to be, that's like 1.5 inches. I don't really want it to be that wide. I'm going to try and just trim off the slightest bit off the bottom. And then I'm just going to use the car. I'm going to cut off of the tree. I'm going to cut the tree off, should I say. Okay. And then I just have a strip like that. Okay. And I'm going to try and get another piece the same. See how this works out. Just go right to the bottom of the tires and right to the top of the hood. Let's see how good I cut those. They're both the same. Pretty darn close. Okay, let's try that. And let's put this on. I'm going to have to give this some time to dry. It's gonna buckle and crease and everything on us. Bring that right up to the top. Let me bring in my spatula. Get that pressed in really well. Okay. All right, now what I was thinking, we can just run this down the bottom. And we will ink this one. Okay. I'll use the back of this. Okay, and then since that part of that car is cut off, we will start at the beginning of another one here. And ink that up. Okay. Alrighty, just like that. Cut that off. Okay. Okay, and we've got ink around the edges. And I think I want to round the corners on this. And we'll go 1/2 inch. Let me go ahead and do that. All right, now we can ink. Okay, we're gonna give that a couple more minutes to dry while we prep the other one, and then we'll get that folded in half. And okay, so we've got that side, so we'll do the same thing with this one, because I know I have another piece. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. I like that. That looks good. And it is gonna be for a Christmas journal, so that'll work. This down, and I'm getting glue stick everywhere, but that's okay. I'll clean it up when I get done. Not a big one. Just give it a little wipe. Okay, let's press that in. Another couple strips for the bottom. So let's move this out of the way for a moment and bring this back in. And cut a couple more vehicles. Strips here. Right at the edge of the tire. And right at the top of the hood. And one more. Okay. And some more scraps. Move those over. And ink. Okay, I'll grab a piece of this. strip down. That should be enough. Oh, oops. I didn't. We don't want a partial vehicle there, so let me do that again. We'll snip that one off. Okay. There we go. Not quite straight. There we go. Okay, much better. All right. Now we'll clean those edges up. Okay. I think that's good. Okay, let's put the lid on that and trim our edges. And again, I'm using the 1/2 inch side, got 1/2 and 1/4. I don't know, do you guys find with the chomper that you have little problems? I don't know if it's, I don't want to say it's dull because I haven't had this very often, but it always leaves little pieces. That's why I always go one way and then I turn my paper over and go the other way, and it still leaves not a real clean, crisp cut. I don't know if I like it or not. Kind of irks me, but I don't know if it's, you know, I can't return it or exchange it or anything, but I'm stuck with it. And I didn't quite line this up, so I'm just gonna go right along this edge here and snip that sliver off all the way down. These are good to have around, I don't know, just like little folio writing folders, I guess. I don't know what you want to call them. But they're good just to have around. I mean, if you need a quick little something to give to somebody, you know, throw a little nice note in there, write a little nice little note, put a couple ephemera pieces in there, and give it out as a gift. I'm always trying to, no matter what I make, you know, think of how somebody would receive it. Okay. Okay, there we go. Or did I do it the other side? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I like that. So there we go. We've got 2. So then all we got to do is bring this in and carefully right about there. Bring this up and fold it over and get a nice crease. Because we got to realize we've got the substrate that we started with, and we collaged on one side and collaged on the other, so it's become quite thick and sturdy, which is what we like. And see, this is what I said, we always want to start with a nice big piece down the middle so it doesn't crack on you, and then you have little pieces of your scrap paper sticking out, and then you end up having to deal with another issue that you have to cover that. Okay, there we go. So get a nice good crease, straighten that out, And there we go. We've got a couple nice little collage folio right there. Okay, so now we're going to do the same with the other one, and we've already kind of started the fold on that one. So I'll just line up my ends. And down we go. And it does want to kind of move on you because of the thickness, so you got to kind of work slowly. There we go. Okay, flip it over, give it a crease on that side, and that's pretty much it, guys. We've got ourselves a little writing folio. Okay, but this is going to go in a Christmas journal, so we are going to decorate this up a little bit. Now we can bring in a little stamp, we can bring in a little label, we could, you know, do whatever. I think let's focus on the front for the moment. I've got a few elements here that I thought maybe can be used. Let's put them side by side and see what I like. See, because there's the truck on here. I've got this big truck. Oh, it's kind of too big. I mean, it could go that way. No. That would be perfect though, wouldn't it? If it was just a little bit bigger or the car was a little bit smaller. That's cute. Maybe use both of these on here. Maybe something like that, huh? What do you think? That's cute. I like that. Let's do that. Bring in some wet glue here. If we wanted to, we could put a little piece of lace underneath. A little piece of lace would look really nice. Crochet trim. I do have a little bit of both here off to my side here. Maybe we can take a look at that avenue, see what that looks like. Okay, try and get that a little bit straight. And I just want to give that just a little hold for a little minute, because this is like a light chipboard, so it's got a little bit of thickness to it, so we want to make sure it sticks down. Good amount of glue. And I think I want to overlap that just a smidge. And there we go. Got ourselves a really cute little folio. Okay, let's put something on this. What do we got? That's cute. Let me bring in. How about that? That's cute, isn't it? I like that. Let's do that. And it's just the right size, so that's a plus. Okay, just go right across the middle here. Pick that up. I think it's time for me to clean my mat. I haven't cleaned it in a few days. Strip off and try and get off all the glue and bits and pieces that tend to accumulate. Okay, so that's cute. And then we'll put this down. And we've got ourselves a couple cute little journaling folios to tuck into our journals. Using scrap paper and bits and pieces that we have. Those are always fun, always enjoyable to do. So that's enough of that. I think I'm going to sit here and make a few more. And I just won't put the top on it, you know, because I like to have them laying around just for GP. And trim off this little extra bits there. Okay, there we go, guys. 2 little journaling folios, just quick and easy, just like that. Okay, and then once they dry, got some wet glue on them. And if you wanted to, you can even take it a step further and actually make these into little signatures. Put a few pages in there, use a couple stitches, sew those in, and you'll have some additional pages. Or put a pocket, totally up to you. But I like them just like that. Okay, so that's my project for today, guys. Some cute little Christmas journal folios. Okay, using a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock paper and using up those scraps that we have always laying around. All right, so thank you so very much for watching today, guys. I truly appreciate your time and your support. I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.